Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Got another tournament vlog for you this week, though this one is slightly different than the last few you've seen. Today is the Quebec PGA Hadassah-Wizo Pro-am. And this is like full out Pro-am. Like every group has 3 amateurs, 1 pro. Part of a big fundraiser for the Canadian Hadassah-Wizo Foundation. Even though I'm not playing alongside any other pros, we are still playing for a professional purse. It's definitely a little different, but it's usually a pretty nice day. This one's kind of nice because like we show up early, there's a nice breakfast buffet included for us. There's usually like a cocktail and finger food kind of thing afterwards, food and drinks on the course. So it's not the biggest purse I'm going to be playing for this year, but it's a chance to go play some golf, support the fundraising foundation, not really have it cost me anything, and a chance to make a few bucks at the end of the day. Anyways, I'm just getting ready to go. We are playing at the Elmridge Country Club today, basically right next to Royal Montreal Golf Course, where the President's Cup is going to be hosted later this year. Good golf course, 2 good golf courses actually, 36-hole facility. I am playing on the South course today. I'm going to have Matt on the camera. Game's been feeling good. I've made a lot of progress on the field that I was working on the video last week. A lot of simple golf, a lot of fairways hit, a lot of greens hit with better proximity than we've been seeing for a little while. Still putting well. So I feel like I'm trending in the right direction, which is great because I have another tournament later this week. And then Monday of next week, I have the PGA Tour America's Monday qualifier for the Bromont Open, which is the only PGA Tour America stop in Quebec this year. So kind of feel like I'm trending at the right time. And just want to use today to continue building on what we've been building on, continue rebuilding the confidence, and just kind of, that 1% better every day kind of mentality. So I'm gonna finish getting my golf balls marked up, finish my coffee, have a little bite to eat here, and I'm gonna hit the road. See you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, just got to the course, registered, just waiting for them to open up the breakfast brunch, grab a little bite to eat, and then Matt should be arriving. Get him set up, grab my club, start warming up. See you in a bit. All right, so breakfast is in, warm-up has begun. Matt obviously has arrived since somebody is filming me here. A couple things about today. First thing, we are actually going to be playing from the black tees and not the gold tees. So I was expecting to play this course at around 6,800 yards. Instead, we are playing it at 6,474. There was no pin sheet today. This is not necessarily a complaint. A little surprising to play in a professional event without a pin sheet, however. But the other issue there is that a lot of the flags had been sponsors by supporters of the tournament, so we didn't have any kind of color-coded pins on the majority of the holes, so it just made it obviously a little bit tougher to see exactly where the flag was on the green. Now, I mentioned earlier, Elmridge usually in great condition, and that is true for today as well. However, they've been doing some work on the course, and the fairway bunkers have somewhat been neglected this year, so we're playing those kind of COVID rules, say lift, clean, and place, 1 club length. Anyways, here we go. We are starting on the 17th hole. This is a 353-yard par 4, fairly straight away, but pretty narrow. I'm hitting hybrid off the tee. And right when I'm going to look up here, there's going to be a cart driving across the fairway, so that's a quick step off.
That's always useful.
Go back through my process, get set up again. Felt like a pretty good opening swing here. Just a little bit down the left side. Now, this ended up in one of the aforementioned fairway bunkers, which I didn't think was in play, so there's some kind of miscalculation there.
It's full of rocks.
Literally.
Okay. Interesting. Alright. Where's the least amount of rocks?
So you can hear me here. I'm trying to find the best spot to place my ball because this one was bad. They weren't always this bad, but this one was basically just full of rocks and pebbles. It was get installed. I've got 109 yards, slightly uphill to this green. Hitting a little 55 degree there. Came out nice, just gave it a little too much gas. On a good line though, but just past the flag. That's going to leave us quite a quick downhill 34-footer here for my birdie. Had this breaking a little bit right. It did break just a little bit more right than I expected, and just never stopped. That was a quick putt to get the day going. About 5 feet here, clean up for my par. We do just that. No damage done. The 18th hole from the black tees is a 360-yard par 4. Now, I'd done a lot of calculations here trying to figure out what club I needed to hit, because you can see that fountain out there. I've got to stay short of that water. I decided on 4-iron. It was the right club, but I just did not commit to it, so just a squirrely one out to the right. Not too thrilled with that. Another fairway bunker. This one was in better condition, though. 131 yards, downhill, over the water to a front left flag. Really nice swing there. Good distance control, just left of the flag, but left myself a slightly uphill putt, which is nice.
Wow.
Now, the proximity here was good, but this was a roller coaster of a putt, kind of going down, back up, and then going hard to the right. Look at this thing come down the slope.
What the hell kind of pro-am pin is this?
See, you can hear me there. I do not understand pins like this in pro-ams when we are playing with guys who can be 30 plus handicaps, because if they're putting from above the hole, it will just go right off the green. Anyways, I make my putt for par. We are even par through 2 holes. Feeling pretty good, but really want to get things going a little bit here. Turning over to the first hole, it is a 335-yard par 4, dog legs, basically 90 degrees to the right. From the gold tees, you actually have an angle to go up over the trees on the right, take a straight line to the green. You do not have that option from this tee box, so I am hitting 5-iron. Really nice swing there, really good contact, straight down the line I was looking for. Again, a miscalculation with which club I had to hit, as that just went right through the fairway. Anyways, I've got an angle, 110 yards, front left flag, 55 degree again, just kind of like a 3/4 smooth one. Wanted to go a little bit right of this because there wasn't much room left of it. Again, good shot, good distance control, giving myself a makeable putt. About 15 feet here for birdie. I was convinced that this had gone in. I mean, I just hit such a good putt. It just didn't quite hook as much as I expected to as it went up the hill at the end, but that's a good effort. That is another par. On to our first par 5 of the day. This is a 500-yard par 5, practically straight away. I'm trying to take my drive up the right center, and it just turned over on me a little bit. There? Hard to consider that a miss. It was a very good strike.
Yeah, in the rough.
Finished in the left rough. Slight tree trouble.
You might have tree trouble, though.
Matt predicting the future there. Waiting for my turn to hit. This thing's got a little slow in my group, pace-wise, not going to lie. 193 yards to a middle flag. I'm hitting 7-iron. You can see that wasn't a full swing. I'm trying to punch it under the trees and get it over that first bunker and have it run up. It did not get over the first bunker, which was confusing. Now another one of these bunkers. You can hear the crunch of the, call it, sand under my feet. 29 yards here. That's a 60 degree, just picking it clean.
Yep.
Expected that to spin back a little bit more, considering I was hitting off of some kind of hard sand. It didn't. Not a bad shot though. Giving myself a birdie look here. Downhill, turning to the left. Another great putt. Just really want one of these putts to fall here, just so that I can get some momentum going. On to the third hole, which is going to be our first par 3 of the day. It's playing 148 yards. See, nice water feature, short left there. Matt calling it to get into the hole, but it was never really on line with the hole, so I think he has to get his eyes checked. Still a good shot. I mean, pin high, just kind of pulled it a little bit. Solid swing though. Feel like I'm swinging the club well today. Now, I ended up playing completely out of turn here because my playing partners are just all over the place trying to get their balls onto the green, so I did definitely rush my process here a little bit. You can see that I'm a little frustrated with myself that I didn't really hit a good putt, but I'm just trying to do what I can to speed up the pace of play here. About 3 feet left from my par, we will tap that in and and move on. The fourth hole is a 380-yard par 4. Now it gets a little more narrow the further up you go, so I'm just going to hit 3-wood. Figure I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to give myself a wedge in. Not sure why I would assume the extra risk. Again, that was a fantastic golf swing. Just felt super solid and super simple, like the work I've been doing. This leaves me 104 yards in to this front flag, so I've got a 55-degree. Again, nice controlled one. Good strike. Pretty good for distance. Just a little bit left of my target, so not a bad shot, but that is not as good as I want to do from just outside of 100 yards. Leaves me about 18 feet here down the hill. You can see me going through my reading process. Now, I was convinced that this was going to break left off of the bunker on the right side of, well, you can't see it, but to my right now. Quick downhill putt. You can see I barely got that thing going. It just never took the turn that I had seen and felt underfoot. But again, a pretty solid putt nonetheless. Matt having a bit of a seizure there. I will tap in for my par and move on again. The fifth hole is a 380-yard par 4. Now there's water down the right and the left. Gets very narrow once you reach the water, so I'm just hitting 4-iron to keep it short of those water features. Really no point in challenging them any more than I needed to there.
So this, guys, is how not to put a pin back in.
You see some pretty weird stuff during a Pro-Am day like this, unfortunately. Got 140 yards left in here. I've got my wedge out, and not a great swing here. Not terrible. Just kind of left the blade a little bit open, so it's a little short right, but it does get up on the green. Now, I was struggling with my focus at this point. The pace of play had dropped significantly in our group, and I just did not hit this putt anywhere near as hard as I needed to. And if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know my pace control has been phenomenal, so this is just a mental mistake, just having a hard time getting into the game. I go on to miss my par putt. I'm extremely frustrated. That is the first 3-putt since like mid-May, so I'm happy I'm not 3-putting often, but I'm really unhappy about the fact that I did just 3-putt. The sixth hole is a par 3, 171 yards, pin's kind of middle at the back. I'm hitting a little controlled
Get in the
8-iron here. And that's the kind of shot I needed to get things going a little bit here. So, about 6 feet for birdie, basically straight up the hill. That's a nice 2.
Birdie.
We will take that. That gets us right back to even par and gets a little bit of momentum going here. The seventh hole is a double dog leg par 5, 530 yards. It's going to go left off the tee, straightens out, and then goes back right.
James.
I hit a good drive here, right up over the corner, right on the line that I was looking for.
I think it's good.
It's a good shot, though.
That's on the line I wanted.
We end up finding my ball right in the middle of the fairway. Nice to hit fairways with my driver. That's getting there. 216 yards in here. I'm hitting 5-iron because I felt like we were a little into the wind. Just a slight pull. See it come down there just left. It did get a good kick to the right. What I didn't realize was that it also kicked forward. So I end up all the way at the back of the green here, about 66 feet. Downhill all the way, breaking right, then left, then right again. Post just a little all over the place, but really it was just all about pace. That was pretty good from 66 feet. I'll take that. Would have preferred if I'd left it just below the hole. Leaves me about 4 feet here downhill to clean up for my birdie. And I use the entire cup, but it does go in, so no complaints. 8 is a dogleg left par 4, 372 yards. Now, I couldn't really tell how far I had to hit it to get past the corner, so I did hit hybrid. I knew it was a little bit of an aggressive play, because it might go through the fairway, and I hit it. Amazing.
Is that dead there?
It might be through the fairway.
And I was through the fairway. Now, luckily I had an angle. I had 118 yards here. I had to hit 55 degree back up into the wind just to make sure that I got it over the branches of the tree you see ahead of me. Good swing, good contact, good flight, straight at the flag. Just a little bit short. I mean, it's on the green. I've got an uphill putt, but again, would like to be putting my wedges a little bit closer than that. So uphill putt here for my birdie. Now I had this turning to the right, and it turned left, which was, y'all, you can hear it in my voice there. A little confusing, a little frustrating. Good execution though. Hit another solid putt. Leaves me this to clean up for my par.
Yes.
And we will take that and go on to the next.
C'est beau, James, parce que j'ai un petit fils qui s'appelle James. Ah oui. Pas qu'il fait quelque chose. La paix, c'était beau. C'était beau game.
The ninth hole is a 417-yard par 4. Again, there is water that cuts through the fairway on this one. I'm hanging back with hybrid.
James.
I probably, in retrospect, could have hit 3-wood and put it a little closer to the water, but I just wasn't quite sure from the tee, and I didn't want to take on the unnecessary risk. I'm in good shape. I've got 173 yards to a back left flag, and not having the pin sheet, couldn't tell how much room I had left or long. I just absolutely did not commit to that swing. That's on me. I, again, should have just picked a shot and committed to it. I completely failed to do that. Left it short in the bunker, right of the green. This is a tough bunker shot. Here, I'm not sure whose turn it is to play.
He's chipping.
So tough bunker shot here to a back left flag from the front right bunker. Not a ton of room past it, but fantastic execution here. Pop it out, put it to about 5 feet. That's going to give me a good look to save my par. I'm not really used to putting with other balls on the green, not marked like that, but again, Pro-am day. Good par though. So we are 1 under par through 11 holes. Now you'll see the timestamp here. I don't normally put those up when I'm on the course, but you'll see why in a minute. This is another kind of double dog-like par 5, 515 yards. Another good drive, put it out in the fairway. And we will see here another timestamp, 17 minutes between hitting my drive and my second shot, and we did not have to wait for the green to clear. So this is just kind of not a complaint, just the reality of what these Pro-am days can be. It can be very hard to stay in your zone. I had 213 yards in there. I hit a 6-iron. I missed it left. And unfortunately, I'm on a downslope in a bunker. The green's running away from me. I really could not have left this in a worse spot. Without the pin sheet, I wasn't really sure where the pin was. Anyways, good execution. But from where I was, really not much I could do. I think the only way to have gotten that close, I would have had to have landed it in the 2 feet of rough that there was, but I wasn't about to try and take on that challenge. Just put it on the green, give myself a putt. Got 22 feet here for my birdie. Lot of break on that putt. Good effort. Left a little bit short left. So missed opportunity on the par 5 after the good drive. The second shot really cost me there. We will take the par. Keeps us at 1 under. The 11th hole is a par 3, playing 189 yards today. Pin middle of the green, just slightly left center. I'm hitting 8-iron here. Good swing, just left of the flag. Good distance control. I knew the 8-iron would leave me slightly below the flag, giving me an uphill putt. Happy with the shot there. Good execution. Leaves me this uphill putt, breaking to the right. And I mean, this just broke way more than I expected.
Wow.
So, good effort. Would have loved to have made the 2 on the par 3 there. But we'll take the par on a par 3 every day of the week. So still at 1 under, going on to the 12th hole. This is my 14th hole of the day. 380-yard par 4. Now, I'm ready to hit, and one of my playing partners decides to drive his cart right behind the green. So I step off, go through the process, get back into it, and that is a poor golf swing. I think I'm starting to get a little frustrated here with the pace, and listen, I had a really good group of amateurs. There were some really nice guys, but sometimes they were just a little unaware of what was going on around them, and it started getting to me a little bit. And again, that's on me. I got to be ready for stuff like that on days like this. So I'm in the left trees. I've got to chip out, get myself back into play. I really do not have any chance of getting this up on or around the green. Give myself 89 yards here, back into the wind to a front flag. So I'm hitting a small 60 degree. Again, I really like the execution there. I like the look of the swing. Lands past the flag. I'm expecting it to spin back down. It tried to. but it didn't come back as far as I needed it to, because I knew anything above this flag was, well, going to be downhill with a significant amount of turn. And another good putt, just a little too much respect on the break. That's a bogey. That's unfortunate. Puts us back to even par, but I've got some scoreable holes coming up. 13 is a 538-yard par 5. It goes uphill a little bit off the tee. Very narrow. Turns a little bit to the left. Just got to hit a good tee shot here. Put it in the fairway. Try and give myself some kind of shot at this green in 2. I leave myself 265 yards. You can see just how narrow this is. Pin back right of the green, protected by the right bunker. I'm hitting hybrid here. This was one of the best swings of the day, for sure. Landed just short, chase it up onto the green, then you'll see the slope of the green here. Just take this way over to the front left.
Yeah, you're on the
I
green.
expected that. I wasn't expecting
You're like left,
anything
front left.
too close to the pin from 265. This leaves me about 55 feet for eagle, uphill, and turning significantly from left to right.
Oui, monsieur. Oui, monsieur.
Get in.
Oui, monsieur. Hey.
See, I got the approval from my playing partners there. That was a nice lag putt there. Left myself about 2 feet for birdie. Now, we can't see this in the frame here, but one of my partners was standing behind me to see where his shadow was there. Now, I knew he was there. I could see the shadow, but it didn't bother me until I was right about to take the putter back, and he decided it was a good time to move. So I just told him, like, listen, I don't mind if you're there, just please don't move if I'm set up to hit. So again, go back through my process, take a look at the hole, go ahead and tap in for my birdie. That gets us back to 1 under par. The 14th hole is a par 3 playing 149 yards. You can see big bunker left, water short right. I'm hitting pitching wedge.
Come back.
Another really nice swing here. Just right of the flag the whole time, but fantastic distance control, a little bit of left spin, puts that about 7 feet from the hole. Oh, wildlife turtle this week. That is a dinosaur. Huge turtle. So about 7 or 8 feet here for birdie, slightly uphill, turning left. We will drop that in. That is back-to-back birdies to get us to 2 under with 2 holes to play. So nice little late rally there. 15 is a 405-yard par 4, dog legs right. I'm trying to take hybrid over that short tree you see on the corner, and a lot of noise in my backswing there, coming from the group I was in. I'm getting frustrated at this point. We've been on the course for a long time. There's been a lot for me to deal with, and I'm just kind of losing my patience. Again, this is on me. 165 yards in. I'd missed so far left, actually, that I had a shot, which was kind of miraculous. Not a clean shot, but I could get something up by the green. Just had to go over some trees. Hitting a 9-iron. Goes up over the trees. I was hoping to cut this a little bit. It ended up turning a little bit left on me. Still pretty good result from where I was. I can't ask for too much, especially considering how poorly I hit the tee shot. But you can see that my patience is running thin. And here I am. I'm setting up to hit. And playing partner just not really aware of what's going on around him. So back of the green here. Everything's running away from me. I've got to hit this kind of semi-flop, throw it up in the air, get it to land on the downslope, and just let it release out to the flag.
That's very nice.
Very happy with the execution there. That gives me about 2.5 feet here for my par. And I mean, talk about having a front row seat to professional golf tournament, huh? Like, I don't think those guys physically could have been standing any closer to me when I was putting. And it was good par. 2 under, 1 hole to play. 16, 360-yard par 4. And I am just completely out of rhythm now. Pull this one down the left side again. Another hybrid. Usually a club that I can really depend on, but just with the exhaustion and how long the day has been,
as hard as possible on yourself to close around. Huh?
Just kind of falling into the old bad habits. I've been hitting the ball very well earlier, and bad habits, man, they creep back in. I've got 153 yards here, and I've got to just punch a 6-iron under the branches, advance it, hope that it maybe goes up to the green, but the
the fairway, the rough just ate that alive, but still advanced it. Good shot considering where I was. 43 yards for my third shot on this par 4. I know I'm not going to get any spin, so I've got to land this short and let it roll up. I also know it's going to turn very hard to the right, as it does. I'm pretty happy with that shot. I expected it to release just a little bit more, but from where I was, good result. I have left myself an uphill putt, and then Matt only hit record after I'd hit the putt. So that's an unfortunate bogey finish. I was not thrilled with that. I'd fought so hard to get myself back under par, and we do finish under par. We finish at 1 under, but I hate finishing with bogey. That's just, man, look at that hat tan. Wow, that is insane.
All right, so it's a few days after the event. Matt wanted to be part of the recap, and he had to leave right after the tournament ended. So we're gonna do the recap now. Yeah. I guess I'll start. There was a lot to like about today. There was some stuff to not like about today. Overall, the game was decent. I mean, I'm not thrilled with how I played. There's still a lot of good signs. What I've been working on is translating more and more. It's definitely not, I guess, muscle memory, you could say at this point. I still have to think about it quite a bit, but the results are coming. Obviously, still some inconsistencies. It was an interesting day. And I think,
say the least.
Yeah, I think that's why Matt wanted to be a part of this.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't been following me for that long at this point, but I'm sure you saw some things that day that you hadn't seen before.
I mean, for me, it's the fact that I saw you playing well. I didn't see any big mistakes or any big, reaction or anger or anything.
Sure.
But it was like, just the waiting time was just killing me.
The waiting time was tough, and I know at some point in the video I put up a timestamp of there being, I think it was 16 minutes between my tee shot and my second shot into a par 5. I mean, that was just one example. I mean, it took 5 hours and 50 minutes for us to play 18 holes, and we did not wait once. The guy I was in the cart with, super nice guy, had a great time with him, super friendly, very courteous. He, before we teed off, was like, I haven't played in 6 years.
So there's that.
There's that,
And the fact that it took 6 hours to play.
Yeah, I mean, I've played 6 hour rounds before. I've played longer than 6 hour rounds, but usually if you're out there that long, you're waiting.
Yeah.
We literally didn't wait once. I think there was 3 or 4 holes open ahead of us most of the day.
It's just also a lot of talking, not only by the guys. I'm also talking about people that doing the fundraising.
Yeah, the
volunteers.
volunteers.
The volunteers.
Yeah.
I remember at one point on hole, which par 3, I had donut. First donut I had.
I think it's hole number, I think it was our 7th hole.
Yeah, anyway, we're on the
Pardon
tee
me.
box and it's very, very loud and everything, and James trying to focus and he hits a shot and it literally is perfect. And I remember saying in the video, get in the hole just to prove the point,
It's a different kind of day, for sure. And I mean, obviously it's not the first time I've played in something like this. Stuff like the talking with the volunteers who were there, that doesn't really bother me. You get used to that and it kind of becomes background noise. Yeah, lots of little things like that I struggled with, particularly later in the round.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of having just run out of patience a little bit. It was still a T6 finish, even though, I definitely wasn't the cleanest round of golf I've ever played. So it's another top 10. I still made, I think, $560. Successful day all in all.
I don't feel like you fought though to play 1 under.
It just seemed like I could never do anything to get ahead, right? So
You'd make a birdie.
I had the 3-putt bogey, and then I made back-to-back birdies after that to get back to even, and then one under. And then the next score we had other than a par was another bogey. And then I went birdie to get myself back to
2 under?
Yeah, I went back to even, and then I went birdie to get to 2 under, and then I had to make an amazing up and down to stay at 2 under, and then I wasn't able to make the last up and down to stay at 2 under and finished at 1 under. So it just kind of was like, all right, we're getting somewhere, we pulled back a bit. Okay, we got somewhere again, we pulled it back a bit. It's just hard to kind of really get things going. Whereas I feel like I'd had a lot of good looks. Going over the strokes gained numbers, definitely not my best round of putting ever, and definitely not even this year. I didn't putt poorly. I mean, I didn't miss from inside of 6 feet, which is always good, but nothing really fell outside of 8 feet. I don't think I made a single putt outside of it.
You didn't make any long putts.
No, I didn't. But I did have 2 shortish misses. You know, the first was the second putt of the 3 putts, and then my putt on the last hole. So all in all, I lost 1.61 strokes putting, even though I felt like, other than those 2 putts, like I putted quite well. What I'm surprised with, because I don't feel like I drove it that poorly. I mean, there were a lot of good drives. I mean, I didn't hit a lot of fairways necessarily, but a lot of the time I hit good shots and had just miscalculated because of the tee box we were playing and went like through the fairway on the first hole, for example, our third hole. But I lost 3.24 strokes off the tee, which I was stunned when I kind of calculated it and got that number. I really didn't feel like I'd driven it that poorly. I did gain 2.75 strokes approaching the green, which again surprised me. I didn't feel like my approach game was that good. I knew it was good, but not you know, close to 3 strokes gained. And then around the greens, I mean, I hit a lot of greens. There was only, what was it, four greens missed, I think. And anyway, gained 0.67 strokes around the green. And so overall, strokes gained total, I lost 1.43 strokes throughout that round.
Considering you hit you hit 3 drives pretty bad.
3 drives pretty bad?
13?
Yeah, the one where I chipped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one, and then the last 2 ones were...
Oh, right, yeah, those were junk. You're right, I completely forgot about those last 2.
Those were...
Yeah,
14, 15 was...
Considering those drives.
15, 16.
Yeah.
15,
I mean, that's probably where most of the strokes lost off the tee were, actually. But even then, even with those 3 tee shots, I still got off the tee better than I have in most times this year.
So I wasn't as stressed when you were pulling the driver.
No, neither was I. I mean, that's been nice to not be as stressed. So things are trending. Still work to be done. I'm gonna keep putting in the work. I feel like we're close. I feel like a lot of the elements of the game are good, and I'm just not kind of scoring as well as I need to score to really get the results we're looking for. But that's just, at this point, that's just patience. Yeah, just gotta be patient, stick to this process, keep plugging away, and the scores are just gonna kind of show up. All in all, great day. Always is. It's enjoyable. We're well taken care of. Matt was well fed on the course. Donuts, hot dogs,
drinks,
Tito's lemonade, you know. Yeah, Matt had a good time out there.
That made the video, like the whole experience, a lot better.
Oh yeah, for sure. Guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Thanks a lot for watching. Like the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be back again next week with another tournament vlog.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Get in the hole.